was an accident.
The employee is suspended without pay.
I have a boy and a wife. I've diverted a quantity of PU-239, weapons grade of the highest purity. I want $30,000.
This is a nuclear bomb?
I need money for my wife and child.
You don't think I have a child? I need a little bit of cash to, set the wheels in motion.
I think we can get an atomic bomb.
PU-239 is a slightly schizophrenic combination of two movies that are sort of parallel stories of two men. One is a man who works in a nuclear facility in a secret city, and there's an accident.
He gets dosed with an utterly lethal dose of radiation, and he's clearly going to die.
He is blamed for the accident, even though he's innocent.
A man goes into a secure chamber without authorization when the gauge reads normal, and somehow a pipe ruptures.
And what he actually does is effectively gets his life taken away from him with no security for his family's future.
What do they expect us to do for money?
He ends up stealing plutonium from the plant to try to sell it on the black market in Moscow to get money for his family to get them out of it.
I have in my possession a quantity of PU-239. They use it in nuclear bombs.
You have this sort of peasant character who becomes a sort of terrorist within the story, but he's somebody who is such a lovable person that you identify with him and you understand his plight. You see the result of what it is to be an oppressed person and what potentially dangerous things can come of that.
And the other story follows Shiv. He is basically trying to make his way and survive in Moscow.
He is an aspiring mobster who has some pretty confused ideas about American cultural references.
Michael Jackson. Michael, Reggie, Jesse, and two other brothers, the Jackson Five, the most powerful family in America.
And the two of them kind of eventually meet up and go on kind of a wild ride together.
Pooh? What's Pooh?
If you don't know, then it's probably not for you.
I mean, it's like he turns up in the Wild West, and he has a very different kind of gun.
He ends up meeting up with Timofey and tries to help him sell this plutonium with whatever connections he has or thinks he has.
I'm in possession of something that I think will be of interest to you.
It's right after the fall of the Soviet Union.
This is the new world of Russia, and so all of a sudden, all of these young people who'd grown up under communism were suddenly free to be and do whatever they wanted to do.
That period of history is where these two sort of very different forces crash into each other, and these two really different people crash into each other. And the comedy crashes into the tragedy, and Timofey and Shiv sort of bounce off of each other.
He has Pooh. Anyone want some?
I would like for people to laugh at parts and cry at parts.
Not your lucky day. $100 for protection.
I have only a few rubles.
Take your Pooh and your rubles and get out of my market.
It's an interesting dilemma. You'll save your family, but you could risk the lives of others by putting this material in the wrong hands.